We have never been on a Schoolies. I was saying this to Dad the other day. I've never been to a Schoolies where we've spent more time at the pub, but we didn't drink at all. Like, there were just heaps of events at the local club, and it was at the bolo.
I just kept dropping in,
and we just kept dropping in.
Casual darts.
Social darts, social ping pong.
Wow.
There was we were playing pool. There was bingo.
Lawn bowls.
There was lawn bowls. There was lots to do. So we just ended up back there.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Chip Lunch podcast, and it's a special one today because Ethan just got done yawning, and Braden's yawning.
I was like, so I've got so much energy to really get this going.
Yeah, come on. It's the OG3 back on Chip Lunch podcast. It's been a long time, mainly because Ethan, you're at college a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Braden was back at the start of the year as well, as all. So here we are together towards the end of the year. Christmas is coming up.
We're reunited.
Yeah.
We have reunited on the lounges, and it's lovely to be here with you too.
Lovely to be here with you, Joel.
Thank you. You should have said you too, but you meant me, like the different two. And anyway, it doesn't
I
matter.
don't see Bono here.
I don't see Bono here. But it's great to have you back. We thought we might do a year in review of some kind. Ethan, you brought in a table for this week's proceedings.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
I did it. You mustn't watch the Shock Absorber. A couple of weeks ago on the Shock
I edited
Absorber,
it, but
there was a table.
Here's the issue that I had. I didn't know there was a third camera.
Nice.
I didn't have the additional SD card.
That would do it.
So if you're watching the Shock Absorber, I edited it as normal.
Yeah.
But it was just with two cameras.
With two cameras instead of the third.
Yep. Would you call this picture...
Yeah,
water?
ladies and gentlemen, for those watching on YouTube,
I heard
this
the word
is a picture
carafe.
of water.
Would you call it
It's not a photo of water.
Oh yeah,
It's not a
that's what I'm
painting of
saying.
water.
Like, there's gonna be someone sitting here listening to the audio, like, why is Ethan holding a painting of water?
It's picture with a TCH
T instead of H.
CT. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
P-
there's picture and there's picture.
and then there's picture.
What is that? What are you talking
What a picture? How you spell picture?
It's a Pokemon, man.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
No, how you spell picture?
No, isn't it picture and picture?
That's what I just said.
No, they're two.
P-I-C-H-A?
And picture.
Picture and picture.
Picture.
This is a picture.
Picture.
This is a picture of water.
Picture.
And this is a picture of my wife.
What?
Look. So,
And then
and I'm holding two pictures right now.
Right now.
And then
there's
what's the
nothing on your phone
picture
screen,
evolve
so
into?
No one can see what you're talking about.
No, this picture evolves into this picture.
is that a picture of a picture?
Picture.
That's my wife.
No, it's a picture of a picture.
Why is your wife in a picture? Stop pouring out your wife. You're meant to pour into hers.
Picture.
Picture.
What would you say is
Picture.
the highlight of the year?
Oh, wow.
You guys just finished Schoolies.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was sick.
That
was
that
very
sounded
fun.
like it was fun.
It's
I really
really
enjoyed
good.
the green golf shirts that you returned with.
Yep.
Yes.
We have never been on a Schoolies. I was saying this to Dad the other day. I've never been to a Schoolies where we've spent more time at the pub, but we didn't drink at all. Like, there were just heaps of events at the local club,
Yeah.
and it was at the bolo,
I just kept dropping in.
and we just kept dropping in.
Casual
we did
darts.
social darts, social ping
Darts.
pong.
Wow.
There was we were playing pool. There was bingo.
Lawn bowls.
There was lawn bowls. There was lots to do. So we just ended up back there the whole time. And
Yeah.
it was great. They loved us. Every time we went, we wore the same shirt. So they never actually saw us. Like, I reckon they saw us 4 times in a week on different days wearing the same clothes. And
Yeah.
it was glorious.
Yeah. Turns out mint green is everyone's color.
It is everyone's color.
It's a nice color.
Yeah.
Whether it's a nice shirt to wear is another question.
Nah, yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's a true statement.
Polyester
100%.
shirt.
100% polyester.
We were making jokes on the last day. We were doing a study talking about heaven, and the joke kept coming back that the shirt will obviously be with us in heaven because it's never gonna degrade
Yeah.
at all.
It's all plastic.
It's all plastic. The shirt will outlive us all
Oh wow,
into eternity.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And didn't they get upset about you winning bingo?
Yeah, they yelled at Ross. He won 3 in a row, and they were all like, "Get on the bus!"
Get out of here on the courtesy bus.
Yeah, get on the courtesy bus.
Get out
But
of
they
here.
actually, and we cleaned up. I reckon we won like 6.
We won 6 of 20,
6 of 20, which is pretty good.
considering no one else won more than 1.
Yeah, and there was
a prize.
Yes.
You said there was a prize.
there was like $10 per game for the club that you're
Yeah.
in. So we just spent it all on ginger beers.
Okay. I thought you could have won. Just kept.
Oh, we
winning.
spent it on lunch as well.
Yeah, and we spent it on
Yeah.
lunch.
I thought you were just going to keep winning like meat trays, so you kept. winning dinner.
No, there was a big jackpot one, but no one won that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That was all very exciting.
But there was
But
like
that was it was so intense. Like the amount of concentration that you
the
need.
bingo.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
Well, yeah, because he wasn't. And we were discussing about why, like he wasn't using the like fancy calls.
Legs 11.
Legs
Oh.
11. He was literally. It was just like
2 little ducks.
50. No, it was just 55, 5, 5. All the fives.
Yeah, all the fives.
So 54, 5, 4. But he was just going
Boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom. So if you like, it was like ha 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 at the start, and then it was like a level of concentration that
Pay
you
attention.
actually. Well, yeah, and it was
Wow.
And hours of locking in.
of locking in.
That we were not. We were like, oh, we'll be there for an hour. It'll be a bit of fun. It was like
3 hours.
3 hours of like
But you wanted to stay
with a
there for
lunch
3
in the
hours.
middle.
Oh, with a lunch in the middle. I had to have a lunch break.
Yeah.
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 So we just played pool in the middle. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Where did you go? You can reveal the location now.
We went down to Kalala. So there's Jarvis Bay.
Oh, you went to the Kalala Bay Hotel. No, what's that? I know I've been
Koala
there.
Bay Bowling Club.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a lovely place it is down there.
It's delightful. And Jarvis Bay is beautiful beach.
Nice club though, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got we were
A lot of stuff going on.
a lot of stuff going on.
Miss trivia, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
also
would like the trivia.
they cancelled the chess tournament.
Yes.
They did social chess,
Yeah, they didn't have enough people for social chess.
Oh.
Feels unfortunate.
which was a shame. We were keen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were going to get stuck in.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We were going to BYO chessboards,
I'm not very good at chess.
nor are we.
No.
And that was kind of the point of everything we did. We walked in and we were like, we are champions of this sport, and then proceeded to suck at the sport. But it was great. All
Like
these ladies being
delusional.
like, oh, why are you guys here for bingo? Like, why are you guys all down here? And we're like, yeah, we're a champion bingo team. And they were just,
What are you talking about?
what are you talking about?
It's even funnier when the champion darts team turned up with no darts and no ability to do maths.
So good. It was so we were
Sorry, we're used to having scorers do this.
We're like professional athletes. Everything is taken care of. We
Yeah.
just throw the darts.
Yeah. poorly.
Because you only had 2 crew.
Yep.
But
Yeah, it was the best.
how many liters? 6 or something?
Six of
wasn't
us. Yeah, there was 8 all
it? I
up.
love that.
was
Yeah.
Good ratio.
Yeah,
Great ratio.
Yeah,
was-
took care of the ratio.
I was talking to Dad about this last night. We was talking about the fact that Schoolies is such an awesome ministry that we get to do. And one of the reasons it's so awesome is because it is kind of like hey, you're one of the adults now. Like, welcome to hanging out with
get
us.
ready, yeah.
Like, this is so good that we get to be your friends. And so when it is a smaller group, it doesn't matter because it achieves the same thing. It's like the same point either way is to say, hey, welcome. Let's celebrate the years of youth you've just done,
Yeah.
but also get excited that we're all mates after all this,
And
we're
come
gonna
and
keep
do what
being
we're
mates
doing.
and come and do what we're doing. And so Schoolies with, like, at no point was I like, oh, this is a bit counterintuitive because there's 6 adults and 2 Schoolies people. It's like, no, actually, like, it achieved exactly the same thing that it would have achieved with 20 people. And it maybe achieves it better. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was something really nice about the studies because we had 2 guys that have been really that are like pretty faithful Christians. I think it was something really nice about doing the way that we do the studies generally is like a bunch of the leaders run them. So like it's not just one person running them. And so I think it's kind of cool for them to also see like, oh, this is me doing a Bible study with Ethan that Ethan's not running or Braden's not running. Oh, this is how Ross runs a Bible study. Oh, this is how Fox runs a Bible study. But this is how like other adults participate in a Bible study together. And I think the studies were really, really great. It was a really fun time.
that was really cool.
Because isn't it, like, in addition to that, you kind of chat about, like, you're finishing high school.
Yeah.
Like what does it look like to be a Christian once you finish high school and stuff like that? Is there any kind of highlights that you thought you got from that?
I think there was a really the studies were kind of loosely linked together through Isaiah 40 and 40 and particularly the very famous concluding verses, which is those who wait for the Lord, or those who trust in the Lord, or those who hope in the Lord. There's different versions, but we picked wait because it looked cool. Those who wait for the Lord will something about
Do you want to look it up?
be strong and not something. Soar on wings like eagles.
Yeah.
Run and not be faint. Walk and not be weary. Or those last two are a bit interchangeable. Something about strength is the first one. And so we were able to go, well, what does it look like to wait for the Lord? Like if all of those things happen after that, well, what does that look like going forward? And what have you already had? And just like, what does actually being a Christian look like? What does actually trusting in God look like? And then out of that, we were able to be like, yeah, look at like the strength we get and the freedom we get and the perseverance we get, and that like we're able to kind of link these cool Christian ideas together. That is something that comes from one place, which is our faith, and shapes our whole lives. And just being able to say to these boys, hey, this is something that you've already been having. Here's what it's going to look like going forward. Can you read the verse for me?
Yeah. So starting from 30, even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength, will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
There's interesting that I just heard a link in there. It talks about young and older. Like, that's exactly what you're talking about with the leaders, like welcoming you into like you're friends with this. You're always friends with this, but now you're like graduating into adulthood, and you're doing it together, kind of thing. Is there a discussion around kind of being resilient in that? Because I think about, you guys lead a lot of obviously youth on a Friday night. That is a very thrown around word of resilience. Do you see a connection between kind of what culture says about resilience, especially for young people going on Schoolies, and then like how you lead young crew almost every Friday night during school term? Is there kind of links between what you did in the study in Schoolies and that kind of resilience idea?
We talked about Christian perseverance and what are we persevering in, and one of the things that we're persevering in is our faith, and all the other stuff is hard or whatever life throws at us. But the thing that's really important to persevere in is our relationship with God, therefore our relationships with one another. And so what does it look like to push through hard stuff and walk through hard stuff? And one of the things we were able to talk about was the way to persevere as a Christian, the way to get through hard stuff and I guess therefore be resilient is to trust in God and then actually support and love and look after one another in the church. And so I think that was a really helpful angle to go at that, just to be like, hey, like life isn't all sunshine and daisies, like, and that's okay. Like we need to be able to admit that and then say, well, in that we can be a Christian, and in that you can be okay. Yeah, does that sound right to kind of what we talked about?
Yeah, and I think we talked a lot about freedom and the kind of the way that the world perceives freedom and the way that that kind of differs to Christian freedom. And yeah, I think that kind of linked in really well between that idea of like, well, if you're viewing the ultimate goal of everything is to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want to do it, and that, then of course you're going to be frustrated 99% of the time.
Because you might not ever reach it.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're just stuck doing things to achieve an end that's not actually either possible or satisfying in any kind of way. So I think, we spend a lot of time talking about freedom in terms of that. And I think that one kind of led into the perseverance study. I don't know, it's just great getting to sit down and have that intentional time, like Week Away, where you kind of, we're backing up. We're doing 5 days in a row worth of studies together and spending that time together, which is really lovely because you can kind of like meeting weekly is excellent over Bible study in church. And like we actually meet well more than once a week at church. But like, there's something fun about getting to build something together over a couple of days back to back to back. That's really great.
There's also a distinct purpose to Schoolies too, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're saying, is that like you're welcoming this crew who have finished high school and said, now we've got to start.
Yeah, and celebrating them.
Right.
It's welcoming them, but also being like, how awesome is it that we're here?
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Like you have done such a great job getting to this point. It's been such a slog, or it's been not a slog and it's been fun, whatever. But either way, congratulations. Like, this is great. Let's treat you to a holiday that we get to be on.
Yeah.
And so both of those two things kind of happen at the same time. This welcome and this celebration. That's really cool.
Here's 2 things that are like in my mind that I'm thinking of. It's really just 2 stories that I've heard about, or like, so people are saying, I read looking at kind of younger people, there's a lack of rituals, like, or initiations that we go through now. For example, like one of the ones would be like kind of in monetize, or you get your license, you get your Ps, whatever. And there seems to be more of a reticence to actually get license for some people sometimes, because maybe it doesn't represent freedom like it did before. But there's another thing that I'm thinking about is that, remember, not to go into too much detail, we were researching lots of schools for my son Leo, and one of the schools had a really, controversial, salacious issue with some of its year 12s, and they'd done this thing where you had to do all these tasks, and some of them are really quite nasty to other people and stuff. And there was a big uproar about it, and it's like they're this prestigious school, and then they're doing all this stuff, blah, 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 they're so entitled, etc. And then I read an opinion piece where someone had gone to that school, and he said, and it was involved underage drinking and stuff like that too. He's like, these boys don't know, they're not sure what's happening after they finish school, but they know they need to be adults. So one of the things they're doing this is they're trying to figure out, what do I have to do when I become an adult?
Yeah.
And I'm almost showing that I am capable of doing what adults do. And then it's kind of through the lens of obviously like 17 or 18-year-old boys still trying to figure stuff out. But I'm just wondering, do you think about that lack of rituals, initiations? I feel like Schoolies is a kind of,
it's a massive
initiation rite, isn't it?
Definitely is.
But I think it's an expression, like you said, like drawing a line from the P's thing. Like Schoolies is at least the way that some people express, or most people in our culture express Schoolies, is like, oh, here's freedom. Like, go and express that freedom by drinking as much as you want, by hooking up with whoever you want, this is what freedom is. Freedom is expressing yourself in that way of being like, oh, well, the shackles are off. You can do whatever you want. Go and you do you and have the best time you possibly can. And I think that's the great kind of comparison that we could draw with this, about being like, well, what does Christian freedom look like? Is Christian freedom just rules, or is Christian freedom something else? And I think Schoolies is that big. Even Schoolies, like just finishing school, whether you finish in 12 or whenever, like finishing school is that big ritual that we kind of have left in our culture.
Yeah, like school for 13 years and then...
Yeah, and then it's done. And I'm sure we can all think of that time in our lives quite vividly, because it is a big time of shift and change, and like either unsurety or you are sure and you go into something else, but it's a big change for everyone. I think, like you mentioned, the concept of like having that as a big shift and ritual and people trying to also figure out what it's like to be quote unquote an adult at the same time, exploring those new boundaries is a big part of our culture. And it's great to have spend some intentional time speaking as Christians into that with the boys. And it also helps us reflect on what they're doing.
I think one of the things that it highlights me is though I didn't go on solely schoolies. I went on with my school friends, which I regret because I didn't enjoy it very much. But I think also remembering finishing school and feeling like pretty empty. I'm like, oh, there's this thing that I've been going to 5 days a week and like, oh, I don't like school, whatever. And then it's gone. Like you do the HSC, but then you don't go back to what you were doing prior to the HSC when you were going still 5 days a week or you finishing early or whatever it was at year 11 to 12, for example, which is funny enough because I saw Vinny in the shops the other day. Vinny just, it was in the middle of the day. I'm like, why aren't you at school? Like as a joke. And he's like, oh, we're finished. Don't worry. I was like, it's okay, man. But yeah, you have this kind of 13-year ritual gets taken away from you straight away and you don't know what to do. So I think that's why it's, I'm sad that I missed a solely schoolies, which I think is what I needed, but I didn't actually see that at the time. Whereas do you think like even the boys that you led, so it was Jairus and Heath who were there, do you think that they got a lot out of it and actually maybe they may not have felt the emptiness that I was feeling? I mean, you can't know exactly what they were feeling, but
Can't know what they were feeling, but I hope so.
Yeah.
I think that they, like, what I felt was a week of joy. And if they at least got that, then I think, yeah.
It's a good way to celebrate it, like you said.
Yeah. And like I didn't go on a solely schoolies as well because we hadn't planted the church yet. Or maybe I can't remember the timeline.
Yeah.
That's someone can go figure out that timeline.
What year did you finish school?
2013.
That was when we started.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know if we were even at PAC by then.
No, we weren't.
Yeah.
But I've been on, I don't even know how many schoolies I've been on now.
Yeah, a bunch. Thule, you've been to Thule for the
Yeah, exactly. But I think it depends on the group and where they're at with Jesus and a whole bunch of things. They're all completely different. None of them are ever the same as any, even if we go to similar areas or there's similar amount of people or whatever, they're never the same. Yeah. It's very contingent on the individuals and where they're at. And
interesting.
Yeah.
But you still have
because you might have people who are like just like what you're describing, Joel, where it's like, I don't really know what I'm doing next, or like I've lost this routine that I've had, or you might have people that are like, well, I know exactly what I'm doing and this is really just a little bit of a holiday before I step into the thing that I've been planning to do for the last couple of years or whatever. Like you have very different things, or you have people who are like, I know exactly what I'm doing with church. I've been doing this for a long time and I feel comfortable in this next step. Or you have the people who are like, I really don't know what I'm doing in this next step. And this whole thing's actually making me feel nervous or unsure. Yeah, it's very dependent on the individuals there.
Hudson's just arrived. Did you get Hudson? Did you go on church schoolies?
Yeah.
Yeah, you went this year as a leader. But I mean, like when you finish school, come and sit down on the chair with us. Come on. Squeeze in next to me, man. All these guys.
There's slightly more room here.
But we're just talking about, like, you finish school and you're like, just the double microphone. You finish school and then you're like, oh, what do I do in my life? Did schoolies, you going on church schoolies, like help you figure that out, or at least know that there was something to look forward to? Like, what's your read on schoolies when you went on it?
I think there was a clear message of like, this is going to be a big change and that like you can choose what you're going to do, and church can be part of that. And like all the leaders around you have like chosen church because, it's a big part of their life.
Yeah. And they're like inviting you to make it a continual part of your life too.
Yeah, inviting us to, make that step towards we're out of school now. More options. and then there will be more options to us, and that church be a sick option to choose.
Very cool. Well, do you want to stay? You want to stay on the lounge with us?
May as well.
That's quite cute. You three on there. I'm just like lazing about on this big one. What about we're doing a year in review, Hudson. What else is youth camp? We could go in reverse.
Go to reverse.
We've done schoolies, then you could do youth camp. Before we do youth camp though, college, Ethan. What has been your experience of college this year? This is your second year. Is that right?
Yeah. This year was great. It was super fun. It was hard. My personal biggest achievement was I did a church history assignment on Augustine, who's super interesting, and in his early chapters he writes about his early life and how he got taught Greek and he hated it. And so I got to include in my essay, I was like, oh, if even Augustine hated Greek, then it makes me feel a little bit better. And my lecturer just wrote, nice, exclamation mark on it, which I thought was great.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was really good. Greek's done, like Greek classes are finished, and they were the things that I found really, really difficult.
So many people do.
Yeah,
like.
it was really hard, and so getting through that was fantastic. But yeah, college has been really good. All the people are just delightful. There's lots of really lovely humans, and they're all really stoked to serve the Lord, and so just trying to get alongside all that and enjoy them, but also like get super involved at church still. And trying to walk that balance is always tricky there's a lot on.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Is there like one besides your Augustine comment, which is funny? What is is there like one assignment or lecture or something that really stood out to you?
Yeah, we had a lecture at the start of the year on Genesis 2, and it was just beautiful in that all we did for the first hour was the lecturer just read through Genesis 2 and he just kind of told it as a story. And it was really lovely. And there was one thing that, one part of it where the lecturer said that sometimes we get to the bit where God makes all the animals and shows them to Adam, and Adam goes, yeah, that's cool. And eventually finds the right one in finding the partner of Eve.
This animal's quite good.
Yeah, well, they're not quite like that, but yeah. And we read that and we can go, oh, well, did God just not know? And Adam was probably sitting there being like, God's just like testing stuff and none of it's working.
Yeah.
And the way, and that's what it sounds like. But he described it in this way that's really stuck with me, in that he said that, and he said it more beautifully than I'm going to be able to say it, but it was like a parent going to their child and having the kid's favorite toy, or the toy that they know the kid is going to absolutely love, but first showing them some other stuff and being like, you like this one? Nah, you don't like this one. And that's okay. You like this one? No, you're not going to like this one, but this one. And it was just this like beautiful moment of relationship, actually, of God going, no, I know that you guys are actually made for each other. And Adam, you need to see this properly by seeing all these stupid dogs and lions and tigers and whatever. But like just these things that are actually like just whatever. And I just thought that it was a really beautiful image of God really looking like and feeling like a father. And that's really stuck with me as just a really beautiful little description. That's there's heaps of those little moments, but that one was really, really cool.
Yeah,
I really rated that.
Right, that's awesome story. Braden, have you finished?
Yeah, I've finished. Yeah.
Fired it off into the sun.
Yes.
Yes. Last essay. Launch it. Are you glad to be finished though?
Yeah, I'm stoked to be finished.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you back on Fridays. You have been for a while now though, haven't you?
Yes, yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
Do you feel collegial?
I don't know. I think
Feel
I
more
trying to
knowledgeable.
remember who I was.
What is
I think I was
collusion?
speaking to Ross about this. Like,
Hmm.
it's weird to like do 4 years of work and then just get an email being like, "Yeah, you passed."
Yeah.
So, and I got that email at like 10:30 at night. So, like, Beck had gone to bed, and I was literally just sitting on my lounge, like, cool. I feel like need to
Did you
like.
really receive it at 10:30 at night? Is that
No,
someone's pushing the button?
so I was waiting for an email, because normally they email through your mark, but then I went, oh, I might just double check because there's like a portal you can go into and check, and so I did that, and
at 10:30.
I had passed, but I was just sitting there being like, okay, like you have this massive like adrenaline surge, but you're just sitting at home at night alone. I'm like, I feel like I should do something.
They talk about that, like,
I don't know what to do.
I don't know. This might be too long a string to, what is it? Too long a thread. But when people like win sporting events and stuff, they're like all this amount of effort, and then like it's over. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that.
Yeah, well, it's just weirder because like I was alone, and like my wife was asleep and stuff, so it's just like,
Who do I
Yeah.
celebrate with?
well, just weird. But yeah,
Call me, bro.
it was just a bit anticlimactic, but I think that's always what it's a bit like.
Fair enough. Okay.
But yeah, it was good.
Well done.
Stoked to be done.
Youth camp. Let's rewind a little bit further. Press the rewind button a little bit more. Go back 10 seconds. Scrub 10, 30 seconds back on the year. Youth camp. Any highlights from youth camp? All three of you were there. I was not.
It was so long ago.
It wasn't. It's October, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was so long.
What's happened since October?
Yeah.
It was really good.
Sounds like it. It's very memorable.
It was really good. I just can't remember anything.
Yeah. Trying to think.
Everything I know.
Yeah, I think having the MCC boys integrate with the Kirrawee boys was sick. They had one big room, which is nice.
Oh, was it? All right.
Yeah, I think that was a really cool moment. So one of the differences between this year and last year is that last year we didn't get any MCC people because they hadn't warmed up to us quite yet, from a youth group perspective.
Yep.
And
they just didn't know what it was.
yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they were like, "What the heck is this?" I was like, "Who are you guys?" Like it was
What
fine.
is this?
Yeah, no, totally. It was. That's all it was. Whereas this year there was a whole bunch of people that rocked up from MCC, and it was really beautiful to have like a lot of the friendships that they forged with the young people were really beautiful and have kept going between the two campuses, two places, and that was really sick. And it's been really sick to see the fruit of that.
Yeah, I think even I can observe that happening. Yeah. That's really cool.
There's also just something really lovely about, so obviously running 2 youth groups on a Friday night is massive, and doing that across, like we are one team, but we're doing that kind of separately. And so there's something really lovely about just being all, as leaders, like all being back together, doing something tangibly together is always, like, so far the last couple of years we've had that be a thing has been a big highlight.
That's cool.
It's just like, pulling something off as a big team. It's really cool and fun. I think it's like similar to like when we pull stuff off across gatherings, like we are all one church, but when we come together to do something like Easter, there's just something really lovely about, cool, blah, blah, blah from Yarra Warriors on the coffee machine. And I haven't hung out with the guys from Riot. I'll go chat to them over breakfast. And Lisa's organized a barbecue, and she's normally doing hospitality on Sunday morning. Like there's something really lovely about those chances that we have to come together. And even though we are one team and we debrief together every week, it's just something great about, getting to be in the trenches with them for a weekend again, which is really fun.
And Tim did the talks too.
Yeah,
right?
Tim did awesome.
Did a great job.
Yeah. It was good stealing him from kids. Like, and that's the other thing. It's like we're blessing one another. Like we're coming together across things. Kids blessed us with having Tim for the weekend and like allowing him to roster off the many things that he does during the weekend to come and love us. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's cool. One question I was going to ask before we maybe rewind a week away. is there any guests that you've seen on Chip Lunch this year? Because Hudson, you edit them all, but also, sorry,
I should know them.
was there any just the reflections on doing Chip Lunch this year? And it's not just you, Hudson; it's all of us. Of something that really stood out to you, or a guest that you really enjoyed listening to. We've got a big one coming up for episode 200, which I think you'll enjoy. Anyone else that you can think of, or something that someone said that you really enjoyed from this year's Chip Lunch episodes? I know, Braden, you don't listen to the episodes that you're on.
No.
At all. Trying to think about, I enjoyed Alison Woolley's one because it was like such a different experience how she went to Austria. I'd found out that Austria is a very Catholic country, and they didn't, when they went there, they didn't really have an idea of what a Protestant church was. Well, that was cool.
I'm trying to think of ones we've done this year. I really like Dave Burton's.
Yeah.
That was,
That's 4 episodes.
Well, the great thing about some of the ones like that is that I'd had a few chats with Dave before, but I'll admit, like, I didn't really know anything about his story specifically. And so figuring that out and asking questions about that over that was excellent. It's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something fun about meeting someone in a situation where they're forced to talk about themselves.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed kind of on the same. So there's the ones that I'm like, oh, I really don't know this person as well as I would like to, and I'm learning about them. But there's a whole bunch of people that I'm like, oh, I know this person really well, and I still don't know so many of these details.
Yeah.
Like one of those that stood out was like I've been becoming like, just like hanging out with Joanelle a lot this year at late night and stuff. And her episode was great.
Yep.
And just being able to be like, oh, this is so cool to sit and have the, not that I'm having the conversation because I'm just lying in bed listening to a podcast, but it feels like I'm sitting and having this conversation with my friend who I know, but I don't know all this, and that's wonderful. Because like I think one of the really unique parts of this podcast is that we get to hang out with people that we already know or that we don't know very well.
Yeah.
And make them talk about themselves. And that's a really wonderful thing to give people the space to do that.
Yeah.
And therefore give us the space to hear that.
The other one, Jonelle's is really, really up there for me. And just because it was the first time she'd actually ever spoken about like what got her done in her life, which is, and to do that, to have the gumption to do that on a podcast was great. And I'm going to add in that just because they kind of grouped together for this particular reason, but Chloe's episode, she talked about Jamie's accent, and then we had Jamie on as well talking about his accent. But both Jonelle and Chloe have said that heaps of people of their work have listened to their episodes.
That's cool.
And have found, like she said, they both have said we've had really amazing conversations with people at work because they could listen to my episode and
Praise the Lord. So cool.
And hear about obviously the 2 different stories, but that was so very heartwarming to hear that they were really enjoyable. Them, Hudson, you got anything that you can think of that you enjoyed doing? I mean, you've been on a couple of episodes this year.
I wouldn't say they're my favorite. I like Brandon. I wouldn't watch ones that I'm in, but I liked Tom's one just because that's someone like I grew up with, like playing soccer with and stuff. Was Pam this year?
Yeah.
Pam was definitely.
I just checked. It was 2024.
Oh, was it?
December 2024.
Oh well, I'm gonna. It's still in the year, just not.
Yeah.
Just being some lady that rocked up that I'd never seen before, and seeing like getting the context behind it, and then also, after her passing, hearing like the impact that she had on everyone, and then being like, wow.
Yeah.
And like there was I got in my notes up that there was a phrase she said, and it was like a beautiful phrase, but I don't know what it was. It's on my phone.
That's okay. I think it was just, I'm really proud that we managed to get that before she passed away. And not because, like, look at us, but for people to be able to have that as a record of her talking about her own life. And some people from MCC said that when they went to the funeral, they were like, oh, we've heard a lot of these stories already because they're on Chip much.
Isn't it?
But I think that's special in a way that she was able to share all those things before. I remember asking her, I think I called her and said, "Do you want to be on Chip Lunch?" And she had listened to not Lewis's one, but the one before, where Lewis talked about how people would go to the toilet in his house, like near school. And she's like, when they started talking about that, I turned it off. But then she also said, "Well, I need to meet you first before I actually agreed to doing this." But it was a really lovely thing that I went to her house and just hung out with her for half an hour and said, "All we're doing is talking like this." And she's like, "Oh, well, I can do that." and that's why she was on the podcast. So that was really cool. And thankful for the people that suggested it too, both from MCC and on staff. They're like, "Yeah, you got to get Pam." There's a number of other people at MCC that I've asked that are not ready to do it yet, but I think they will be eventually. But I think, again, it's the fact that, not many people might, it's not a gigantic podcast, but the fact that we can lay down this huge body of work from just people telling their stories about how Jesus works through their life is the most exciting thing to me. I'm looking at Pam's episode on our YouTube, and they've both got in excess of 100 views, which is really cool. We also had Ted on, which was awesome. Luca's episode I really enjoyed. That was a lot of fun. And having Mary, Joey's wife, on, that was awesome. Like there was some great episodes this year. I really enjoyed it. And we, of course, the Week Away podcast, which is a great segue into it. But I think that was our favorite way of doing it, how we took down
we used the full kit.
We used the big electric charger battery pack. That was awesome.
Shout out to Greg Crawshaw for lending us his battery.
Thank you, Greggles. But also then we recorded, you and I, Ethan, re-recorded that episode with Lee, our speaker.
Yes.
Out in the field.
That
could be one of my favorite
That
ones
was a very
I've ever done.
I really enjoyed that.
And then remember it got really cold when the sun went down.
Yeah. We're like sitting there freezing because the sun disappeared, and it just was like, you could, if you watch the episode, you can actually see the sun kind of disappear, and you can in real time watch us get cold.
Yeah, but that film was just extremely Week Away. That was very cool. Recording on Week Away.
Yeah, it was really good.
And Lee was obviously fantastic talk, so fantastic guest. Any memories from Week Away, though? There's our segue into talking about Week Away. That might be the last thing we talk about on this episode. We'll do a half-year rewind. Anything that stood out to you about Week Away? I mean, I really enjoyed the talks. I always do. I love the time, as you said before, Brandon, like you spend time, the word, focusing on one thing altogether, all at one time. Anything else that stood out?
Oh, the boys' hall all got matching clothes.
Yeah. The boys' hall started a construction company.
Yeah. Yep, that was amazing. That was so stupid.
Had embroidered shirts and
yeah. I think there's a lot of joy around that. Like, for those who don't know, so there's a whole bunch of guys that when we go to Week Away, we volunteer to, instead of getting a bed, we just get a large empty room that we bring our own beds to, and that's a way for us to love the rest of the church and go, instead of us taking up space that can be used by families or used by more people as Week Away gets bigger and bigger, we can actually have this. We can jump in here and it has become a really celebratory thing instead of a woe is us. Like we get the dodgy spot. It's actually so fun, and we really make the most out of it. And I think this year was a really good example of that, because we were like, oh, what's our theme? And then it became like, we'll start a construction company, and we were just being, and we didn't relate to anything. It didn't mean or do anything. And it was just funny to all wear the same clothes. Yeah. And it was a really, like, I think that's a really good expression of some stuff that we really love at Schoolies is just the idea of, A, we're doing something sacrificial, but B, we're doing it in community and loving it just because we're together. Like, it's got nothing to do with the quality of the hall or the quality of the outside toilets that are next to us. But instead, we can have fun whinging about those two things, but actually we love it and we'll do it until we can't do it anymore.
And I think there's something really funny about flipping something on its head, like something that could be like, oh, look at us, like we're doing something hard. or we're doing something like less,
Salubrious.
to for other people, but instead we flip it on its head. It's like, no, we're having the fun.
Yeah, this is where the party's at.
Owning it.
Yeah, exactly. And there's something really fun about like the years we've dressed up as esteemed gentlemen on the Years of Spies, and I think there's something really fun about the really young kids just get really excited when we're all dressed up as construction people with signs and blocking doors with like no entry signs and things. They seem to really like it, and that's like I think a little bonus. They're like, wow, there's like construction people everywhere. This made this. Well, the year that we were esteemed gentlemen happened to tie in with the videos.
Yeah,
So there
because we were all like, we're going to wear our Sunday best.
yeah,
But the
on
videos were all
spy videos.
So they were like, oh my goodness.
close to
yes,
spies. Yeah, so that was really fun.
You got spies?
Yeah.
Hudson, are you a spy?
I actually did dress up. I don't think I was in the boys' hall at that point, but I brought a suit.
Yeah.
No, nice.
So that was very fun.
Did anything about this year's week away that stood out to you?
Probably the soccer game.
Yeah,
it's
Oh,
like
that
how
was a good game.
That was a good game.
I just like how everyone. It was messy and Vinny was swimming, but I just love how everyone gets involved and there's so many different ages,
Yeah,
That was good fun.
and
Yeah,
it
we had-
lasts forever.
Yeah, it went forever.
It's so long.
I was quite sore the next day. That
yeah.
was-
You
I
had
enjoyed
everyone
that.
from like Joey's son, who's not
Josh, yeah.
yeah, who's not at really, who's just at school age, like
He's
Tearing
just
it
he
up.
started school this year.
yeah, tearing it up in
Yeah.
the middle to like
Jared started.
people with knee braces on.
Yeah. But Jared started a thing. He was like, "Is he dribbling, just throwing himself?" around?"
yeah,
That was really funny too.
yeah.
Yeah, that was I haven't played that sort of game for a few years. That was good to get.
Oh, it's one.
stuck in.
It's definitely a highlight every year.
Yeah,
isn't
and
it?
then start yelling at the people that went, "You're not playing right."
Yeah.
Like, that's of course my problem. Yeah, I think week away was unreal. Thought the weather was good, if I remember correctly.
I really enjoyed one of my highlights. Again, sport, weird to bring up more sport things, but like we had an impromptu kind of baseball
Oh yeah,
moment that Lewis kind of started and G'd up Jai about, which was I had super fun time because it was just also like it started with just Jono, Lewis, and Jai and I just like throwing a ball around. And it was one of those things that like had just kind of been written on the board and we'll see what happens. And all of a sudden it like slowly turned into a game, and then like Andy and Logan and stuff came down. All of a sudden there was heaps of people there. Everyone was having a go, and it was really just one of those things of like the really cool thing I think about week away is like if you're open to whatever's happening, like one person can just have an idea of something they're keen on, and whether it's a board game or some shop they want to visit in Barrie or skate park or a book that you're interested in reading and starting a book club. Like I think that's the fun thing about having the time together is like you can just go like, oh, it looks like some people are doing something fun down there. I might just wander down and see what's happening.
and people can't just go, "Oh no, too cool for that," or they can. They go, "I don't want to do it."
Yeah.
But there's also like, "Oh, it sounds fun, but I don't know. There's any other people doing it? I don't know." Like there's
Yeah.
this freedom to go. I don't want to do it. I'm bummed that I missed it because I used to play baseball,
Yeah.
and we were recording the podcast when you
Yeah.
were doing it.
Yeah.
But that's fun. I have to get on it next year. Throw some wild strikes. Anyway, I think that's a good way to end. This has been fun. OG4,
Yeah.
not just OG3. We include Braden. Braden.
Have we promoted?
Do we
have
include Braden in this?
Yeah.
Aw, we've been replaced.
I'm glad you've come here today, Braden, because this is why we've brought you here. To,
Should have cut me out.
Yeah, you've been replaced.
This like
This is like the HR meeting or something. So I'm sure you're wondering why I brought you here today. Just had a few things we'd like to chat about.
a few things that have come to our attention.
Oh.
It's not you, it's me.
Well, thank you, boys. Thank you for getting on. Thank you to all the people that have been guests this year. And a few others that we missed. Emily Farrow's was sick. Brad Bush's episode. was
Gerald?
amazing. Gerald. Got to see his tattoos and got to hear the stories behind them, which are really non-stories. And it's non-stories that he would lie to people about. That's why he had it.
Amazing. Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, guys. Oh, and Godfrey. Should also say Godfrey was on the podcast, which is very cool as well. Thank you, Hudson, for all your effort in editing them. Huge. We appreciate you very much. Thank you.
I'll add a loud clap sound for that.
I'm sure you'll add them.
Add the
The applause.
hype video.
the air horns.
Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Braden.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, everyone listening and watching. Drop your favorite comment. Drop in the comments your favorite episode that if you've listened to this year.
Mhm.
Go on, you'll say something, Ethan. You're
It's
gonna
not
make fun of
helpful.
me.
No.
You're gonna make fun of me.
No, I was going to make fun of you. I was going to
Ring
say
the
if you
bell.
do it, what you're doing is you're choosing your favorite person. And I was like, that's not helpful. So I wasn't going to say it.
But it's out there now.
But it
Can you
is.
imagine how many people would put Joel?
That's true. That's true.
Go on, say it.
Joel Revival.
Joel.
Joel Revival Church.
Yeah.
Just that, like,
Put
just-
Joel's in the comments.
Revival.
Good old Diesel.
I said Diesel, is it? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Diesel and the Injectors.
Okay. We're off to listen to Diesel. Thank you for listening to us. And we're finished with a one way.
Bye.
One way.